When I was at NAB in April, I was walking around the show floor and looking for something in particular for a particular application. When I came across the Came TV booth, I saw these things sitting over here, and boom, the light bulb went off, and it was exactly what I'm looking for. We'll get to why I wanted these and the reasons I wanted these in particular, hopefully in this video. If going over the specs and these lights and the review and everything else are just too long a video, I'm gonna put the actual application and what I'm using these for in a completely separate video. So I don't know, we'll just see what happens, but let's check out these Came TV lights. They're pretty awesome. Now I have this, I don't know what they call this. It's some sort of master controller, and it's got a ton of stuff on here. When you first get it, you'll get confused. It's pretty simple. I want some particular red type of thing, or I want a green type of thing, or let's go with a blue type of thing, or we'll just go with a white type of thing. Instant dimming, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. Now that's just for quick access. You could certainly dim these things down by hand, all the way down and all the way up between 0 and 100%. You can set the Kelvin. I also have these set up so they're all on the same channel. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4 are on the same controller and are with each other. I could certainly set these separately from each other and control each light individually using this controller, or using the controller that's down here, which I'll show you in a minute, separately. Now it has some cool scene things that I don't know if I'll use. Again, I'll share with you the purpose of why I got these. For instance, this is a little bonfire setting. If you had these off camera and we're trying to simulate a bonfire, you would. We can control the speed, we can control how bright they are, just throw down the dimming a little bit, which is pretty cool. Now we have lightning. Now, all of these are more or less going to do the same thing and kind of simulate lightning and what's happening. Again, you would have these off camera, and you can control the speed. It can be slow lightning, fast lightning. And again, you can set one of these individually so lightning happens. Let's set the intensity of these. That's way up. And let's just go speed crazy. There we go. We got, that's just, I don't know if you've ever seen lightning like that. I haven't seen lightning like that. That's pretty crazy. Here's another one that it does. Police light. It just changes between the colors. And again, setting them separately would have a different effect. We can control the dimness of this. Let's pull it down. How it does. We can also control the speed. Like usually cop lights are going a bit nutty, like that kind of thing. You know, you got the lights and stuff's happening and everything else. Lots of applications for this. Now, for my applications, as I'll show you, I am particularly interested in that color for green screen, and I'll show you why. Let's just go over and let me show you a few features of these, because they're really cool, and they have all sorts of cool knobs and controllers and things you can do, and nice features that I really like. Let's check these out individually. So let's take a look at the dimensions of this thing. I measure, this is a 3 foot long, exactly 3 foot. It's 92 centimeters. And they come in different sizes. They come in 4 foot and I believe small. Now remember, this is just one. It comes with a 4-pack of these things. Now, the first thing I noticed is the lights are protected with this cover, and because of that, these double as barn doors. Now, barn doors, if you didn't know, these are perfect. Let's say you're trying to light something this way, but you don't want all the light spilling out, like the light's coming this way. You can shape the light and pull in the barn door like this, and then it cuts the light off from going that way, and that's a lot better. I'll tell you, when you have these and you don't have barn doors, it's a pain. You can also do some cool little things like, you know, create a little tiny strip of light, and when you're done, you just fold them up and away you go, and that works perfectly. Now, each light comes with its own individual controller, which you can obviously turn on. There's a button down here which you can control all the functions through here, and all these modes and set, and you can pick scenes and set up all the different things and connect the lights separately and everything else. That's okay. I personally like this method better. Now for 1 light or 4 lights, and I believe this handles 8 lights, I just find it best to use this controller. I think it's really cheap. It's like $25 or something. As I said, you got all this stuff going on here. Once the unit's on, you just hold down the button and you get on. Let's dim that guy down. That's pretty bright. And then I can show you some of the things that's going on here. That's about, wow, that's 10% brightness. These are really bright lights. I just wanted to show you a few things. Right now, we're on RGB. There's 3500K. Excuse me, we're on the bicolor 3500K. Here we have, let's turn it up a little bit. Here we have 4000K, 4800K, which just looks really white. Let's turn that up so you can see that. And there's 5500K. You press this button, and now you get RGB settings. Wow, that's bright. Let's turn that down. Here we have a red. There we have it shooting out a green. Now we have shooting out a blue. And of course, this is just the 5600K separate thing. Another button press and we get into dimmers. There's 25, there's 50, there's 75, there's 100. Let's put that down. That's a lot going on here. Now, this controls 4. It looks like 8. Any of these long press you can turn it on and off. So as I said before, you can set each of these up on their own channel, like I have 4 of these, or set them up as I did all on one and control everything here. There's a bunch of menus and things I'll go through, and the kelvins and the frequencies and everything else. I just wanted to show you a few cool things, like for instance these scenes. There's your bonfire, and here's your speed at which it goes, and how fast it goes. Let's go to, look at that. Now we're upping it to insane bonfire speed. Here's lightning. I showed you that before. Again, you can set how fast it goes, what the speed is, the dimness of the thing. This is called breath. It just sets it to something, and periodically it moves in and out with a breath at 5600K. There it is. Different colors. There's a yellow. Now I did want to also show you that you can control all this not just with this controller, but you can also control it within the unit itself. It has got an absolute ton of presets. We got the police light going on, and we can control all these things. Red breath, green breath, blue breath, white breath, color wash. It just does a little color wash over everything. Takes a while. See it changing like that, really thin. Another red and green wash, red, blue wash, green, blue wash, Kelvin wash, yellow wash. This thing goes on and on and on. There's, wow, I haven't even done this yet. There's a white strobe. There's just a ton and ton and ton. It looks like 36 of these. And again, you can control this from here. You can control the speed of which it does stuff just by pressing a button and dialing things up. Like let's dial the speed of this up. There's that. And we can also dial in the intensity of this, the dimness or not. And you can create some really effects. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that you can control this all from the unit. You don't need the controller, but I highly suggest the controller with these lights. Another thing I wanted to point out is this has 1/4 threads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one in the middle, depending on how you're going to mount it and what you want to do. Let's just go in and take a look at this. So right in here, 1/4, and this nice little ridge here, it makes it great, and as you saw on the other, I mount it to that bracket that they supplied. Really handy. Now another really cool feature is on the end of these, it has this 1/4 here. Now that's important to me because what happens is I can take a little stud, 1/4 stud here, just a little guy that, you know, like sits up there like that, and I can attach these lights. So I can run two of these lights at the same time in tandem. Like if I'm lighting a screen, I can just run them up. And so I have one light stand or one mounting area, and I attach two of these lights together and daisy chain them together. And that's how I'm gonna do my screen work or my green screen work. I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do top, bottom, left, right on the screen, or just two daisy chained together. We'll see about that in a moment, and I'll show you which is best. But this is really great. Now, as you can see, I can run all these in tandem. In this particular modification, let me show you around back. I'm using this on this bracket here. That's a supplied bracket for mounting things, and oh, look at that. And there's Film Cat watching me film. Hey, kitty. As I said, really the purpose for me for these lights, for now, although they got a ton of cool stuff I can use in the future, is to set up a green screen. So let's turn these guys off, and let's set this up for my purposes, for what I want. Let's do that. Now, obviously, I could sort of use this. I mean, to your eyeballs, that maybe look good and look like it's easy to pull a key. But as I said in a previous video, it's all about lighting the talent and the screen separately. And yes, you can set it up and you can use all sorts of apps. My idea with these lights is to light them with, light back there with green. So I have the lights on the talent, which are sitting here. That's me. There's no green screen lit at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these lights, put them together. I'm going to light that screen with the green. I can set the RGB value of green to exactly what I want, nail it, and I should be able to pull a key like easy peasy. Let's do that one. Okay, I got the green screen behind me set up, and this is not how I would normally set it up. I would pull these out in a way it wouldn't be in a shot. I just wanted to show you what's happened. As you can see, right there, I used their bracket that came with me over here. I just took a little 1/4 to 1/4, screwed them together and mounted them on a light stand. That actually works better than this. You wouldn't do this. Normally you'd set these out and you just light this thing. Let's turn on these lights. Okay, we got the green screen lit. You know, and you'd let a green screen like this. You do that, you can already see there's some shadows and things going on. But the purpose of this light, check this out. Wow. That's the way to light a green screen. Look at this. What I've basically done is I said, to heck with your white light, to heck with all your hot spots and stuff. I'm gonna light this screen back here. I'm just gonna wash it with the same green that the green is. Now, obviously, again, as I said, I wouldn't shoot it like this. If I were shooting myself on a green screen, I can't do that. There's gonna be some masking and stuff. But we're gonna pull a key on this. Okay, if I were gonna do this properly, there's two things that I would probably do in this situation. Again, I wouldn't be filming like this. I'd move the camera closer or something like that. First thing I do is I would down the dimness and I would check it in my green screen app. That's probably right, just about there. The other thing I would do is you can have a real problem with these guys. When you turn, what happens is it's not a bad key, it's not a bad problem, is what's behind you shoots through here and it gets refracted, it gets misplaced. It's much easier just to pull these things off. So here's what we would do. Assuming our screen is correct, which I know it is because I checked in the green screener app, and assuming the lighting's correct and it's being shot with green, it's as simple as this. We just, boom, one click in Ultra Key. Now, Ultra Key in Premiere Pro was never designed to do this awesome movie magic keying thing. You can go into After Effects or some other program and do all the keying and adjust everything else. The point of this is for these types of quick videos and green screen videos, you're in Premiere Pro, you're editing in Premiere Pro, you have your footage in Premiere Pro, you go over, you grab Ultra Key, you take your little dropper, if you need to, you can mask out anything around like these things, which I wouldn't because I wouldn't shoot like this. You take the little eyedropper and you click, it all goes away, and then you add in some background. And here's another tip when you add in a background. You want to add some depth. You just throw something in there that is off color or doesn't look right. Add a little blur to the background and it'll pull you out and your green screen stuff will look better. Move in and out different backgrounds. Here's one. Here, let's move in another one. Here's another one. And here's another one. They all look okay because they're proper. For this type of thing, I could throw in a background blur. It'll just look fine. Nobody's sitting there. It isn't some Hollywood movie thing. The best advice, which I really don't think I covered in the other green screen video, is if you know what background you're going to put in, and you can just look at the lighting and what's hitting the person behind them and everything else, then you can set up your lighting. Like, for instance, I'll see if I can pull this off. I have to put my glasses back on. I know there's one where the light, I think, is, over here. And so that would tell me that this side of my face should be a lot less brighter, that one. So if we just knock this down quite a bit, and we kind of do it like that, what'll happen is when I put in this background with the little, there, with the little light sitting over here, it looks like that light is washing down properly, and the dark side, which is over here, it just looks proper for this type of thing. I would analyze this and look at this much more than I did for this quick tutorial and this quick demo of what you would do, but if you know the background you're going to put in, really study the lighting, set up your lighting for everything, then light the talent, as I've said in the other videos, separately with all the correct lighting, light the screen properly in the back, and using these green LED lights, you're not going to have any problem pulling up quick key at all. If you're doing any type of sophisticated stuff, also as I mentioned in the other green screen video I did, you're going to be upping your frame rate, and you're going to be upping your shutter speed, and you're going to have motion that you don't want blurred. All that holds true. But for these types of videos, sure. This is simple. A couple of green lights, hitting the green screen, adjust it down, light the talent, go, pull your key, you're out of there, which is the whole purpose of this video. I really hope this helps. I hope this helps you with your green screen, anybody who does this a lot, or your blue screening, or whatever screening you do. And besides the fact that it's green screening, they're just cool lights. All the functions and things you can get in here, all the different effects you can get in here. What was it, 30 something? The ability to remote control this thing, the ability to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 lights, individually control them, or control them all in tandem. Just to me, I'll leave the prices down below. It's like 6 or 7 or 8 or 5. I don't remember. That's for us nowadays, filmmakers, where you don't have to go out and do that. That's awesome. Hey, if you want to go out and try and find some LED lights and make your own barn doors and see if you can get green tubes and do all that, knock yourself out. I don't have that time, and I'd rather spend, $500 or $600 buying these things and get the thing right. I've got to give a shout out to Came TV, or it's Cami TV. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, because when I approached them at NAB, I said, look, I got a green screen video that's been watched hundreds of thousands of times, and I've been wanting to do this forever, but I've never found any lights that are within the realm of affordability that people who watch my channel might consider if they do a lot of green screen work. They were very kind to send me this light system and the controller. Big shout out to Cami TV. Man, I've murdered your name and I'm sorry. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for helping my viewers do better green screen work. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. I just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of my new studio that I'm doing here. It cost me a ton of money.